The sun broke through the clouds, casting a warm glow over the sprawling campus that was once a mundane school, but had now transformed into an arena of excitement, intrigue, and a hint of danger. It was the day we had all been waiting for. The day we participated in the real-life version of the infamous Squid Game. The air was thick with anticipation, and as I stepped through the gates, a shiver of exhilaration ran down my spine. This was no ordinary school day. This was an experience that would test our limits, both mentally and physically. We gathered in the main courtyard, a sea of brightly colored uniforms reminiscent of the show. The organizers had done an impeccable job of recreating the atmosphere, from the ominous music playing in the background to the giant doll standing at one end, her eyes scanning the crowd with an eerie precision. The rules were simple, yet the stakes felt incredibly high. We were here to play games that would challenge our teamwork, strategy, and resilience, all while navigating the thrill of competition. The first game was red light, green light. As the giant doll turned her head, the excitement turned into a palpable tension. The countdown began, and we all stood still, hearts racing as we waited for the signal. When the doll shouted green light, we surged forward, a chaotic wave of energy. But when the chilling command of red light echoed through the courtyard, we froze, desperate to avoid the fate that awaited those who moved too soon. The thrill of the game was intoxicating. Every step felt like a gamble, and the fear of elimination loomed large. I could see my friends darting ahead, some hesitating in their tracks, while others were caught in the act of movement, their faces a mixture of shock and disbelief. As the game progressed, I found myself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. The laughter and camaraderie of my friends provided a comforting backdrop to the intensity of the competition. I was reminded of the importance of trust and support as we encouraged one another to push through the fear and uncertainty. The moment we all crossed the finish line, breathless and exhilarated, felt like a victory not just for ourselves, but for our collective spirit. After the first game, we were ushered into a large hall where the next challenge awaited us. The organizers had set up a series of stations, each representing a different game from the show. The atmosphere shifted from adrenaline-fueled excitement to a more strategic mindset as we faced tug-of-war. This game was not just about strength, it was about strategy and teamwork. We gathered in our respective teams, strategizing and discussing our strengths and weaknesses. The sense of unity among us was palpable, as we realized that our chances of winning depended on how well we communicated and collaborated. As the rope was placed between our teams, the tension was electric. The whistle blew and we pulled with all our might. The ground shook beneath us, and I felt the strain in my muscles, but it was the shouts of my teammates that fueled my determination. We leaned back, synchronized in our movements, and with each pull, I could feel the adrenaline surging through my veins. The thrill of competition was exhilarating, and in that moment, it didn't matter if we won or lost. It was about the bond we were forming, the memories we were creating. After a hard-fought battle, we emerged victorious, and the rush of triumph was intoxicating. However, the reality of the game began to sink in. The atmosphere shifted again as we moved to the next round. Marbles. This game was a stark contrast to the physical challenges we had faced. It required cunning, strategy, and a deep understanding of our opponents. As we paired up, I felt a knot of anxiety in my stomach. This was where friendships could be tested, where the stakes felt personal. Sitting across from my opponent, I could see the determination in their eyes, mirroring my own. We discussed the rules, and as we began to play, the atmosphere grew heavy with tension. The stakes felt real, and with each round, the emotional weight of the game became apparent. It wasn't just about winning marbles. It was about the connections we had forged and the potential loss of those bonds. I found myself grappling with the moral implications of the game, realizing that the thrill of competition was overshadowed by the fear of betrayal. After what felt like an eternity, the game ended, and I walked away with a heavy heart. The victory felt hollow, as I had to confront the reality of what we had just experienced. The games had forced us to confront our values, our loyalties, and the lengths we would go to for success. It was a sobering reminder of the complexities of human nature, and as we gathered once more, I felt a sense of camaraderie that transcended the competition. The final game was upon us, and the excitement was palpable. We were exhausted but exhilarated, having shared an experience that would bond us for life. As we lined up for the last challenge, I reflected on the journey we had taken together. The laughter, the fears, the victories, and the losses had all woven a rich tapestry of memories. In the end, the Squid Game School was more than just a series of challenges. It was a profound exploration of resilience, friendship, and the human spirit. As we crossed the finish line together, I realized that the true victory lay not in winning the games, but in the connections we had forged along the way. We had entered the arena as individuals, but we emerged as a united team, ready to face whatever challenges life would throw our way. The experience had changed us, and as we walked away from the school, I knew that the memories we had created would last a lifetime.